What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. The Lakers and Clippers, or should I say the Lakers versus Clippers part 3. Now, this game right here has a lot of effect because, of course, we know both teams are right neck and neck with each other. The Clippers are number 8 seed and the Lakers are number 9 seed. And the Lakers are definitely trying to come in and definitely make a statement, in which I think the Clippers need to come in and make a statement, because this game is like one of those pivotal games. I always say, even in the playoffs, when game 3 happens, a lot of times the percentage of the teams who win the series is the one who wins it in game 3 for some reason. And the Clippers are going to have to treat this almost like a game 3 in the playoffs, just mentality wise, because of course, the Lakers definitely need to win more than the Clippers. Actually, I can't say that. Both teams need to win just as bad. So I definitely look at this like a game 3 in a playoff game, because that's how detrimental I think it is. Even though the Clippers do have a 2-0 lead in the regular season series, you definitely want to follow it up with a third lead against the team, because now it'd be no chance for the Lakers to tie the series 2-2. And, a lot of times when that happens, when a team can tie the series 2-2 in a regular season, it gives them confidence enough to go into the postseason. If they have to play them, we tied the series 2-2, so we definitely could beat this team. We definitely know they don't have a mental edge over us. We don't have a mental edge over them. It's like on an even playing field. And that's not what the Clippers want. The Clippers want to go out there and dominate and put their foot down and let the Lakers know whose town it is. The town is for the Clippers, and that's exactly how the Clippers should think. That's exactly how their mentality should be, and that's exactly how they should go into the game and approach it, be aggressive. Now, in this game right here, I would say the Clippers definitely need to not only, be effective on the offensive end, but at the same time, they need to be more aggressive. I don't want to see too many threes taken, too many ill-advised shots. I want to see them go to the basket more. I want to see them attack the basket more and put the Lakers in foul trouble. And even though the Lakers don't have any defense, but they're going to come out and play this game very hard. And LeBron's going to come out and try to make a statement, coming off of the All-Star game, the big All-Star night that he had in regards to hitting that last shot in Cleveland. So he's definitely hyped up, and he definitely want to try to get this team on the right track. And, of course, the Lakers go on like a hypothetical. The Lakers go on like a 4 or 5 game winning streak, then everybody's going to be like, the Lakers are back. The Lake Show is back. And, Showtime is back and all those other type stuff. Everybody's going to jump back on the bandwagon. So the Clippers need to try to neutralize that, if you ask me, and go out there and put their foot on the Lakers' throat and try to approach it that way, because that'd be the best way for them to do it. And honestly, like I said, having that 3-0 mental lead over a team, you see what I'm saying? It'll definitely give the Clippers even more of an advantage. And mentally, the young guys can definitely feed off that. Like, okay, we beat the Lakers 2 or 3 times in one season without both of our superstars on the floor. I think the first time they might have had Paul George, but even still, matter of fact, I think they didn't have Paul George, but even still, they beat them without both of their superstars being healthy. And that definitely bodes for a lot of confidence going forward with the Clippers. And I definitely think they can go on a winning streak even more so after that, because like I said, their next 10 games are very favorable for them. I feel like they should at least go 7-3 in their next 10 games, barring that they might get Paul George back, possibly too. That definitely can help as well. But at the same time, I definitely think that the Clippers have an opportunity to take seize and control of LA, Los Angeles right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just, really they're such a fighting mentality type team. They have so much grit, and Ty Lue is just the perfect type coach for this team, because he knows how to pull the right strings with players and get the best out of them, and understand how players can learn his process and get them to understand his process on a level that a lot of coaches can't. A lot of coaches can try to teach you things, but they really can't implement them to you in a way where you understand it and put it out there on the floor when you go out there and play. But Ty Lue seems to have that gift, and I feel like that's something that, that's not something you can really teach. That's just something that's in you. You just know how to network with people. You know how to talk to people. You know how to get through to them in ways others can't. It's almost like touching somebody on their shoulder without without actually touching them. You see what I'm saying? Like Ty Lue can definitely do that. So if he has that type of mental power, to instill in his young players, to let them go out there and play where they're playing, and to have the confidence and the faith that they can do it, this team just feels like they're on top of the world. They feel like rock stars almost. And that's a good thing to have when you have both of your superstars out and you're still winning. You're finding ways to win, even though they're not there, because when they do return, that lets you know you have a solid team. You have a solid group of guys that can go out there and make things happen. And it lets everybody know that if this team does get healthy, they're definitely a championship contender, probably over everybody in the West, honestly, even though the Suns got the number 1 seed. But Chris Paul and Devin Booker is not a better player than Kawhi Leonard. Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, they're not better players than Kawhi Leonard. Neither is Draymond Green. So, the top 2 teams, it doesn't matter. And then you want to even go Memphis. Some people like Memphis. Well, Ja Morant definitely isn't a better player than Kawhi Leonard. He's still, finding his way in the league. He's definitely at superstardom, if you ask me. But honestly, nobody scares the Clippers. So, this game tonight really says a lot about, what the Clippers are going to be like going forward. I expect it to be another close game. I think the last game was 117, 116. I expect it to be something like that. If I had to pick a score, I'm going to go 116 to 114, actually, this game, just a step down a little bit. I'm going to go something like that as far as the score. I think the Clippers might edge it out. I just feel like the Clippers have that fighter's mentality that the Lakers don't have. And there's so much turmoil with the Lakers right now. LeBron leaving, not happy with the front office. Rob Pelinka is definitely not doing his job. No trades were made. Russell Westbrook is a problem. Anthony Davis is hurt. And on top of that, LeBron is getting older. So, even with all that said, the Lakers are still going to come out there and try to throw a really big punch in the first quarter. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers are actually down by like 5 or 10 points maybe, after the first quarter. But I think the Clippers will find a way to get it going. And the motivation from Ty Lue will get them actually, get them in a rhythm where they can actually seize control of the game. The only thing is the Clippers have to understand, they can't give up leads and stuff like the way they did the last game. They had a nice, comfortable lead. They found a way to give it up. And, they had a good play with Reggie Jackson on the baseline where Russell Westbrook cheated and he did a spin move and got to the rim and made a layup. That's not going to happen every time, so you don't want to put yourself in that position. I would like to see if the Clippers have it in them to go out there and win by double digits, which I believe they can. But at the same time, they have to go do it, so it's going to be a tough game. Like I said, I think it's going to be a nail-biting type game. I don't think it's going to be one of those, easy going games. It's definitely going to be right down to the wire. And that's what we expect. And as NBA fans, that's what we want. We want to see a very interesting game, a game where everybody's putting their all into it and it feels like a playoff atmosphere. And that's exactly what I think this was going to feel like. Like I said, it's part 3 between both teams. I expect the Clippers to edge it out, but it's going to be close. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes either way, but I'm definitely picking the Clippers to come out with the victory. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. As always, let me know what you think. And hey, Khaliis out.